What's going on, YouTube? I'm back, and today I want to talk about inspired action because this is one of the biggest pieces of manifestation, and this is something that I made a video about this days ago. I think it was like last week or a week and a half ago, but I wasn't clear enough. I wasn't clear enough about this, and this is something that can confuse people to no end. Nobody really gives you the right answer on this. Nobody really gives you even the clear answer on this. They all just speak from anecdotal evidence and what they think is right. But I'm going to break it down in a different way. I'm going to break it down with proof. And so, although some of it will be done with anecdotal evidence and experiences of my own life, a lot of this will just line up with the natural principles, the truth principle behind it all. And so there's really three aspects to this. There is the facilitory actions, there are the mental actions, and there are the inspired actions. There's three different aspects. And they're all kind of different, but they're tied together. Right? Facilitory actions are things that you just know you should be doing or not doing. Right? This is stuff, it's very, very simple stuff like waking up earlier. Right? Choosing to hang out with the right friends. Not binge drinking yourself into a slumber. Not smoking weed all day. Choosing to make that phone call you had to make for so long. Ultimately, these things are they're just actions that help facilitate the embodiment of the new state. They do not have anything to do with the new state in terms of manifesting your actual reality. They don't change anything because actions alone cannot change things. It is the embodiment of the new state, the realization of new self, the internalization of new self that truly creates something. That is the only thing that will ever create anything, which is why you see people, they try to imitate the actions of very successful individuals. Do they get the results that they get? Almost never, right? And the people that do this and get some great results, it's not because of the actions. The actions may have just simply led them to then embody a different state, because those actions may have created a belief that they now chose to believe at that point, because they're doing these actions and they just had an internal shift, right? And they chose to shift internally, and then they realized that a different reality, a very successful, a very whatever that reality is for that person. That's how that works. It's very simple. Mental actions are completely different. Mental actions are necessary. You have to do this. This is literally the crux of manifestation, is your mental actions. Your mental actions, you have to monitor these, right? You have to make sure that this aligns with this new reality of self that you have imagined and that you've created, because it is real. But you have to protect it by watching, observing, and understanding your mental actions. And so throughout the day, let's just give an example. If someone is saying and imagining that they're in perfect health, but all day long, their mental thoughts, right, their mental actions are that are coming from not perfect health, right, bad health, whatever it may be. They're saying stuff like, oh, I can't do this because I'm so blah, blah, blah. That's a mental action, right? If you're doing that all day, how can you be in perfect health? You're not in harmony. You're not in synchronization with the new self that you just created, because you're literally telling yourself that you're not, right? And you're believing it, obviously, because it's coming from in you. It's coming from the internal side of you. So you're believing it. So you have to monitor these. And you have to watch your reactions to life and the way that you react to things. Would someone who's extremely wealthy have a fear about paying for something? Just paying for groceries? No. Even if you're down to your last dollars, right? What is the point of having that fear surrounding it? Regardless, you have to get the groceries. No matter what, you still have to get them. So your fear is irrelevant. It doesn't even fucking matter. It's not even real. Whether or not you had a whatever amount in your bank account, you still have to go about life and take care of things. So the fear part of it is completely fucking irrelevant. So kill it. Just completely kill it. Because that version of you that has all those stuff does not feel fear towards spending their money. They feel abundance. And they feel detachment. Doesn't even fucking matter. I don't look at the bills when I go pay for things. I don't concern myself with the receipt to track whatever. I could give a shit. I sign it, I move on, so be it. It comes back to me effortlessly and exponentially, right? There's no issue. So the mental actions are very important, and watching your reactions to life is very important. Now, once you've done these two things, and again, you don't have to do the first thing. You don't have to do the facilitory actions. The facilitory actions are simply just helpful in helping you align with your new self. It's just better to take new actions, right? If you do everything in a certain way and then you change it all, right? You start waking up earlier, you start going to the gym, you start eating different, you start talking to different people, you start doing this, start doing that. It's just so much easier to embody a new state because you're already doing a bunch of different new things, right? You're doing things that are new and you're changing things about you. You're showing a discipline within you. So it just simply helps you embody the state better. But it has nothing to do with the realization of your manifestation. Nothing. You could choose to not do all of that or do all of it, and it doesn't have any fucking effect on anything. Because unless you've embodied the state, truly internalized this new reality, nothing will fucking change. Prime example of this. People that change their diet, right? Let's say to lose weight. Let's say to heal themselves if they have food allergies, they have issues with certain foods, etc., etc. What happens when they go back to those foods? They gain the weight, they gain the health problem back. Not even 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. That's what happens. Because they didn't change anything about themselves. They just simply changed the food that they were putting in their body, which of course made them feel better, maybe cleared up their acne, maybe gave them better health conditions temporarily, but they didn't change anything internally, so they still exist as soon as they flip that switch back, which essentially accomplished nothing. So it is very important that you realize that regardless of the actions you take, unless you embody the state, it means nothing. Now, inspired action, right? This is what comes, and this is what happens when you've truly become this new person that has these things, that is this person, that whatever, right? When you've embodied the state of the wish fulfilled, truly and fully, okay, you will naturally move along a path that God creates for you. God's ways are greater than yours. They're greater than anybody's. They're greater than everything and anything. He will move mountains. It will be this synchronicity that you don't even understand what is happening until you look back and you realize it's done. You actually manifested your 3D reality. But you didn't see it coming. You're not trying to predict it. You're not asking, is this the right action? Is this not? You're not trying to figure anything out. Because all you have to do is embody this person, embody this state, become this thing, claim it to be yours. Walk forward in your life. Just simply walk forward knowing that it is done. And God will move mountains in your life. And He will move you along this path. That things just open up. And at the end of the tunnel is your 3D manifestation that you've been looking for the entire time. But you're never looking for it during this time. Because you've already become it. And this is when the path opens in your life. You do not question it. You're not trying to understand anything, or is this it or is this not? Do I do this action? Do it? No, you don't do any of that shit. You just simply go about your life, you move forward, and it will happen every single solitary time, no matter what, if you truly become it. That's how you know. That is what inspired action really is. That is what it is. That's it. It's so simple. There's nothing else to it. Anything else that you can try to do is just futile. It's futile. You're gonna push things matter to matter, in your life for what reason? You can't affect anything truly in that way. You can change the immediate things. Like if you swallow bleach, you're going to have a harder time digesting for a few hours. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. But at the end of the day, if you've embodied a state of perfect health, your body's going to heal from that, whatever you put in it. That's how it goes, and vice versa. That's a wild example to use, but you get the point of what I'm saying. You get the point of what I'm saying. Changing things matter to matter by taking actions, designing your own actions. You're just getting in God's way. Stop getting in God's way. It's not your job to do so. Just get out of the way. Embody that person. Manifestation is when you've become the new you. That's the instantaneous manifestation. There is nothing else. Everything else is your 3D world, which doesn't even fucking exist. It's just a replica. Energy is everything. So once you've embodied it, it's done. It's done. It doesn't have a choice. It has to come to fruition. That's just it. So accept it and walk forward. Just move forward. And everything else takes care of itself. I hope this helps. Love you guys. I appreciate the growth and support. And looking forward to making more videos here pretty soon about probably repetition and impressing the subconscious mind. Because I know a lot of people have questions about when is it done? How do I know that I've impressed the subconscious mind to a certain extent to feel that I've truly embodied the state? I know a lot of people have questions about all of these things. So I will be making a video very, very shortly about that. In the meantime, I wanted to put this out to get the help to people that really just struggle with inspired action and questioning themselves and questioning this process. So again, I hope that helps, and love you guys. I'm out.